we have the current stock market update for AMC Entertainment Holdings Incorporated, stock ticker AMC. Before we begin with today's chart analysis, if you find these educational materials to be helpful in your trading, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts in the comment section below so that other traders can find this information more easily on the platform. So what we're looking at here is the 1 hour price chart. Each candle on this time frame represents a 1 hour trading period. And as we can see here, we have seen some movements higher in recent trading sessions, but we're starting to give back some of those gains at the moment. So there are some bounces from support that should be noted here. But I do think that we need to take a broader assessment here of this near-term trend wave movement that occurs from roughly $4.03 to the downside. And then we can look at these prior highs that came in at 442. So we did see a bit of a higher high here. We will adjust this. So we did see a little bit of a further price movement here in relation to what we were seeing previously. But for the most part, we have started to give back those gains. So I do think that it's important to start with the hourly chart first, because this gives us a sense of where the stock is currently trading in relation to its moving averages. And that it also gives us an important understanding of the current indicator condition that is seen for this closely watched time frame. So one thing that I would want to point out initially is that share prices did manage to find resistance right into this 200-hour exponential moving average. So that would be this blue line here that's declining here. So we do see that share prices are moving higher. We're seeing a fair bit of bullish momentum that's starting to build. But then as soon as we start to approach the upper end of this exponential moving average cluster, which on the top side here is that 200-hour exponential moving average, we do start to see that share prices are rolling over and starting to reverse in the bearish direction. So, currently what we can see, we can move in here even closer, and we can see that this most recent candle is a bullish candle. It is a green candle. And this does tell us that we're attempting to find some support here right around 425. And this is an important level to watch, because this is one we've been watching here for quite a while now. We've seen this tested on several occasions. I mean, at the very least, this is a triple top resistance zone that was ultimately broken to the top side. So when we do see share prices retest that area once again from the top, it would be expected to work as a support zone. That's sort of the conventional wisdom or conventional logic in technical analysis. So you would expect to see, a bounce from here. So not totally surprising here that we are getting a bit of a green candle. But I do think that this is a bit worrisome because the size of that candle is quite small. I mean, we could just compare this to the candle that preceded it, and we can see that, it's very small in size compared to that red candle that came before it. So, this doesn't really look like we're getting a huge bounce from here. And this is a bit of a warning signal, because if this area does fail, if this area does not work as support, at the very least, we're looking at a retest of that $4.03 level. So just before I close out the video here, I do want to take a quick look at the indicator reading to see if there are any signals that we can find here. We do see some positive momentum that's starting to build at the moment. This is a bullish scenario, but it's very short term in nature. So, this hasn't been going on for very long. And a lot of the prior trend readings here have now been broken. So this is really all that we have at the moment. It's a bit of a short term reading. But we can see that it's bullish, and there really isn't any bearish momentum, because that prior reading in bearish momentum has broken to the top side. So these are both bullish signals here, and this does suggest that we could see a bounce off of that 425 support zone, but we need to see it actually happen. I mean, this suggests that when we're looking at these indicator readings, what this tells us is that it could happen, or that it might be more likely to happen. But even if something is likely to happen 60% of the time, that still means that 40% of the time it might not happen. So this isn't a crystal ball reading. This just gives us an idea of where this could go. And if we do see share prices break below that 425 area, that then becomes a bearish event. I mean, if we're expecting something to work as support and then it fails, that tells us something about the market. That tells us something about this specific asset. So we're not there yet, and we haven't yet broken back below these areas. But this is definitely a warning signal at the moment, because if we look at this broader term trend here, it's very clear what's going on at the moment. We've seen, a series of lower highs here. So, we can go back to 511, 501, 465, 450, now 442. And then if we see a break below there and then possibly even, a break below that $4 level, this is just the signification of a very, very significant downtrend that just remains in place. I mean, we're really not seeing upward price movements here. I watched some of the other videos from some of the other clickbait YouTubers, specifically talking about people like Trading Jesus, Mikey Money, and lottery stocks. There are others. I think something Angelo in New York or something like that. I'm from the Connecticut area. I did most of my schooling in Connecticut. I spent a lot of time in New York City. I was about a 45-minute train ride from there. Hey, Angelo, it's not impressive that you live in New York. It's really not a big deal, especially these days. It's really not even that great an area, and it's really nothing to be bragging about. And it certainly doesn't mean that he has some sort of financial knowledge just because he happens to be in Queens or wherever he's at. Bronx, please give me a break. So, not impressive people, and they continue to be wrong again and again and again. I mean, they've been nothing but wrong with this stock. So, if we're looking at the actual price action here, this is starting to look like it's going to roll over once again. If I'm wrong, and if we do see share prices move higher, I would need to see a break of 450 because that would then tell us that this series of lower highs has now completed itself. And now we're possibly going to start to see some basing here and possibly a bottom that forms. But the fact that this 442 resistance zone came into play just ahead of that 450 mark, these are not good signs here. You need to see share prices break above those prior highs. If we just continue to post lows, you can have all the clickbait in the world. It just amazes me that this has continued for as long as it has. This has gone on for years now. Okay. And people still seem to be believing what they're hearing. It's never been true. These people have never been correct for years. It's hard to be wrong that much. So here's the current market update for AMC Entertainment, stock ticker AMC. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market. Lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership and start trading stocks with the pros.